And we are live 2 seconds in. Hello, people. Thank you all for coming in on this Mother's Day. As I said in the description of the live, your wife may want a break from you, so let's talk. My wife does.
Hey,
Get out of
Dad.
here.
She's always calling me pain in the ass, so I guess that's what she means. What's up, Joe?
Hey,
Des,
folks.
Bat, Demoose, Eddie. I think I forgot one. Oh, Whip up
Purple
there at
Chief.
the top. Whip came in at, he wasn't first either. Got to meet
Nope.
Orange G. Christopher.
Batman and Moose. Whip's World.
Yeah, Whip's World. This dude's like 6'4". Big guy. For the fish community. He does lives, let's get Tank. Big Harley dude. Likes riding his Harley. He does something for highways or something. Road tree clearing or something like that for power lines, something like that. I'm not positive, but something in that order. But how's everybody? Hope everybody had a good Mother's Day, and hope you remembered Mother's Day. I made a joke of my sister. One of my sisters posted a picture. Same picture usually gets posted every year of my mom when she was definitely younger. And I made a joke of it by saying something like, "God, I'm glad I got mom's looks." Like y'all did, but I did, But Eddie check max velocity tornado warnings for Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri State. Really? Y'all got tornado warnings. We got rain, man.
It's nice and sunny now here.
Yeah, we hit 82 today, which was a total surprise. We ain't seen 80s. We ain't seen high 70s in over 2 weeks. And tomorrow, I think high is 54 and 45 in the night. What's up, Bat? It's
90.
supposed to start raining here shortly and into tomorrow sometime. Oh, CB's here? I didn't see CB. There she is. Hey, CB. What happened to the Popeye? I missed the chicken Popeye.
No.
So,
Still not so.
I just sent it.
oh, okay. But at the same time, I heard a door thump. I got a window right there. I can see around the Chevelle through that window a little bit.
Next week's the pot pie.
Huh?
Next week is the pot pie.
But today, that's right, tacos today.
What's up, Eddie?
I might do a Taco Tuesday.
Oh, yeah?
I might.
Are you able to open that? What I just sent you?
I'm trying right now. Chat GPT.
Do you have it on your phone?
I do not have it on my phone, but it did
Oh, you
open
might.
up.
It did. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Is that
everything you were asking about earlier. I said I'd have
okay?
to remember, but it
Because
gives you the breakdown right there.
one of the things I want to do is, I was thinking about doing a bacon, a sausage, you know, just different things. Just smoke cured, no salt. And I couldn't remember the stipulation. I mean, I've always kept it 165 and above, but I've always used, Prague salt, to get it
Yeah,
to make it
according to
safe.
that, you even if you pull something like, let's just say you're making bacon, but you don't want to bring it up above 145. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't have to. The trick is to go ahead and smoke it like at 225, and when your internal temp gets there, pull it. Is when you're on the safe side. You could probably go 200, 190, 200, be okay. But you want to be able to, it says it in that thing, just since you want to be able to hit that 140 or 145 within a 4 hour period. Minimum.
I remember there was that botulism thing there. It was like a certain amount of time, and I was
Yeah.
pretty sure that the number was 145, but I didn't remember the timeline type thing.
Yeah.
No, man, no squeaky chairs. We're doing good. What's up, Georgia Mike?
I figured I'd save you some time. It's got it all right there.
And I appreciate it. And I thought about even doing, because I'm a big beef stick fan, but around here, even the Amish, there's only one Amish guy that does a beef stick that's uncured.
Really.
All the others are cured.
I'll tell you
Mennonite-
why. Beef sticks are a little funny. If you go back and watch the first one I ever did, I kind of explain it. In order for that casing, what is that? That's a not cellulose. That is, God, I'm so far removed from it now. I can't even remember half of it. But at
Yeah,
any rate, if you want a really good bond on that casing to that meat, like a Slim Jim has, you
yeah,
have to start. And if you don't want to rupture that casing, you got to start off at a low smoke temperature and gradually bring it up.
yeah.
You know, fan as you go. And
Right.
I started off with like a drying phase at 100 degrees, then go up to 120. You know, then I'll start adding smoke at 130. Then you go up to 140, and it's all day adventure. You know, that's
Yeah.
why it's hard to find that without a cure, because it's a long process. You know.
When I smoked that blueberry strawberry pound cake, that homemade family pound cake recipe, and I added the blueberries and strawberries, and I stuffed the sausage casing. I was having and cream cheese. That was my binder. I was having blowout problems, and Eric gave me the idea of doing a parboil first before I put it on the grill to brown it up any.
Yeah.
That worked good.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know if you remember that German sausage video I did about 2 years ago.
Yep.
Well, I poached two of those. I did one straight on the grill. Then the other two I took and poached them in like a butter and beer with different flavors going on, and got them completely colored white. Then I put them on the grill to get a little color, and man, they were plump and juicy
Yeah.
by pre-cooking those. You know, all I had to do just add a little bit of grilled color to it at that point. Those turned out really good.
Mine kept imploding, and I knew just all that stuff just starting to swell up once it dried out. That pound
Yeah.
cake and everything, but them things are pretty good, man. I had that strawberry daiquiri sauce on top of them with that little bit of grated lemon. Those were good as shit. They were just too fucking odd. Never
Yeah.
caught on. Everybody's like, "What the hell is this?" But that pound cake recipe, I never gave the recipe. My wife would have my ass if I did that. It's like 5 generations of a family recipe that she would not appreciate me sharing.
Yeah.
That's it. I thought about that. I think I'm gonna break out my little Masterbuilt glass front cabinet, Russ. I bought a cold smoke unit for that thing, still brand new in a box. Never used it. I was done using that little smoker when I ran across it because they stopped making those cold smoke units.
Yeah, I had one.
I
had that
ran
exact
across the deal.
setup.
Yeah, I
I-
ran across the deal. The guy had one still in a box for $50. I
Yeah.
said, "Let me have it. Let me have it." So I've never touched it.
I bought the Masterbuilt first, and then I seen they made that little cold smoke generator, and I was wanting to make bacon for the first time, and that's what I did. I got a video showing that,
Yeah,
and it was just a little too small for things I was wanting to eventually get into, which I did. I got bigger and better smokers, you know, but
yeah,
them little PK100s, they'll naturally get down. I mean, you know, I think that first one I had, that PK100, it would actually cycle on and off at 60 degrees if you were like in real cold weather. That's
Yeah.
how low you could go with it. But to really get any smoke coming out, you got to be at least about 125, 130. Then you'll start generating smoke.
There's a up here local to me, and I wish I'd probably pulled the trigger on it, but I just saw it this morning, but I didn't really think of asking the question. Thank you, Simon. Saw that. Think about it. I didn't really think about anything to actually we're talking about just now, but it was a stainless steel. It's a warmer oven. I thought it was a what they call it, T-Rex, little cookers. You bought one for fish, I think, one time for smoking. Big Rex or
Oh,
T-Rex?
that Texas, Tex-Mex, whatever,
Yeah. Thank you, Stevie.
little electric smoker.
Yeah,
I
that's what
still
I
got it.
thought it was when I first saw it. But then
Yeah.
I realized it had all the slots in it for the warming trays to go into there
Uh,
to keep it warm. And I was wondering how warm that thing would get.
well,
But
I
it looked
took the
like
one I got. I still got it, and but I changed the thermostat in it to where it could get up to 500 degrees. I was going to actually. I haven't done it yet because the day I do it, I won't be able to smoke fish with it no more. But the reason I did it, I was going to make a cabinet for doing powder coating, and you have to have higher
okay, yeah,
temperature. Just for little small parts or whatever.
yeah.
I was gonna hang them up in there, and I
I
did
never,
change
even,
that out.
I never even thought about doing that. I wonder if you could do something like that, but or if it even be worth it. I just that little master built. Thank you to Moose. There we go. I enjoy this. I love it. I'm at $43, I think it is, in my bank account for my not the super chat. What do you call that?
AdSense or
AdSense. That's it, yeah. Just looked
For
at
the
that
bank
earlier. Go ahead.
YouTube?
I've had this persistent cough for weeks now.
You've been it's been a couple of months, hasn't it?
It's been a while. Well, I had it and it kind of went away, and then I had that stomach virus thing a couple weeks ago, and that's when I started getting it back. It feels like my throat's restricted, and it's just a constant little tickle right there. Aggravates me. Keeps her up at night. I'll cough my head off when I first lay down, and then after a while I'll fall asleep, and that's it. I don't cough no more. I think it's more in my head than anything else. It's not sore or anything. It's just like it's almost like my throat's restricted. I don't know.
Hmm.
Went and got my ears lowered too.
Yeah, look at you.
Get a little time in the garden today, which I was very happy for.
Get some color.
Well, I just, wanted to, I'm just keep testing myself, and of course
Right.
it still wants to show its face, but uh, I'm hoping, in my head, I think it's getting a little bit better. So,
Well, I mean, just do a little at a time and just don't.
well, that's all I did. I've got, because they got rain calling here for like a half a day between now and tomorrow
Oh
afternoon.
man, we've had rain for 4 solid days. Today the sun finally come out. We've
Is
had
that right?
4 days with pretty much constant rain.
Yeah.
Yesterday, especially.
So I thought I'd get the habaneros, not the habaneros, the poblanos in, get my cucumbers in. What's up, Em? Get my cucumbers in, get that kind of stuff. Oh, my cayennes, because they were looking a little rough in the seed packets.
Are you? So you're getting new seed. You're not using seeds from last year.
Not getting no. I bought plants.
Oh, you
My
bought
wife,
That's
yeah,
right.
my wife actually. I think they're like from the Amish, like $1.29 for a 6
Yeah.
spot cell pack. So
Yeah.
I was like, it ain't worth it. Doing well, Emily, doing well. So it's like, it's not worth the hassle, to go through all that stuff, buy all the dirt, which we have plenty of soil already.
That's a great deal, man. Because here it's like $2, $2.50 per per little plant.
We went to a greenhouse. Goes back a couple weeks. We went to a greenhouse afterwards, and they had the same cell packs for $3.29.
See,
So I was like, wow, it's a big savings. So, it just, and again, it helps the
they're
Amish.
probably
And
buying from them and then they resell it.
yeah. So just help them out too. More of that small business thing. But
Yeah, exactly.
they're really sort of kind of hard to find anything because almost a month ago we hit the 90s. And then went from the 90s straight down to 50s, 40s. We even had a freeze warning for about 3 weeks. After that, today we hit 82, which was the highest we've been in almost a month. And but everybody got out there when those 90 days were in, bought all those vegetable plants, planted them, and every one of them froze. So they went back and wiped out the Mennonites and the Amish. I even said something to one of them. I said, Mr. Kurtz, I said, man, where's all the vegetable plants? He just shook his head. He says, we've been wiped out. He says, that first break of warm weather, everybody said, let's do it, and then they lost everything. And then they come back and buy everything again. And I thought I was just too late. I mean, my gardening is no later than I normally do. But we'll see. I played for a little bit. Just get some water on that stuff. We go back Tuesday for another test. I just watched a video. You ever watch that Dr. Ford Brewer on YouTube? He's a cardiologist, but he believes in natural ways over. What's up, Timmy? Natural ways over, pill pushing ways. I'm gonna watch him to the point where I think it's going to get myself in trouble because it makes me think and worry about shit. But he was saying that stress test. He says that's it's a money maker. I'm tired and a little mad at the store.
Okay.
But he said the stress test is at one time it was the only thing you could do, and he said now he says I'll tell you. He says he was for was it John Hopkins is where he used to work at, and he's got like 40 some years experience in cardiology or something. But he said that the stress tests are just money makers for doctors. They just prescribe them. They can get done with them real quick in these specialty places, and everybody makes money. Makes good money. What's up, Lori? Monster Fish gal. So he was saying this CMTI test is really the way. He says basically your stress test, it just tells whoever is reading the report or the films your athletic ability, more or less, how healthy you are, but it doesn't say anything about to speak of like measuring for blockage in arteries and stuff like that. The CMTI, I think they call it CMIT or something like that. It's actually something that he highly recommends because it actually can look and see what your artery wall thicknesses are and see the blockages and stuff like that. So, but he was talking about all different natural ways of getting yourself back to health, and he seemed like a pretty good guy. Actually, my wife found him. She's the one that I was sitting out here a little while ago. Actually, I just caught the last of his video before we went live just then. But he was talking about how you can, if you have an in-home blood pressure testing machine, and my wife does because she has high blood pressure, so you can do what they call the ankle arm test. So you get a notebook and a piece of paper and you take the blood pressure of your left arm, your left ankle, your right arm, and your right ankle. And you take like 5-minute breaks in between all those pressure readings and stuff. So if you do your arm, relax for 5 minutes, do your leg, relax for 5 minutes. and then they at the end you'll have to watch the video. It's I forget the exact formula, but you got to divide it by all this other shit. It's called Number One Best at Home Test to Find Clogged Arteries by Dr. Ford Brewer. Then there's a formula that you go in there, and there's like a percentage if you're like 1.5 or above, below 1.5 or above 1.5. It tells you what your risks are by just having a damn blood pressure testing machine at home. Threw it out. I gotta have one here for the wife. After we just replaced hers last week. What's up, Lep?
Yeah, I got one right here below me. Trina bought it. It goes around your arm,
Yeah,
like the doctor uses.
yeah. I got my curiosity up, but I'll check it out. He's got all kinds of diets. I knew better than anybody else. He had high cholesterol and everything, but he's got everything in check within a year's time. He shares how he did it, and et cetera, et cetera. But Leo, what's up, Leo?
What's up, Lip?
Christopher, did you ever get any of those videos? What's up, Whip? I couldn't believe it in here earlier. I was going to leave a silly comment like Sleeper screams like a little girl. Whip! I saw him at the Clash, and I just had to walk up beside him. Never met the man until then, but I knew who he was. And he's so freaking tall. I just had to, I think I was up to his armpits or something like that. I'm 5'9", 5'10". Well, you're what, 6'4", 6'2"? Big guy. I mean, you look like the mugshot from my doctor. 6'5". Okay. Good gosh. Man, I wish I could go to Kentucky or Tennessee. Right? No, it is Kentucky. Kentucky. They had Clash canceled that stuff this year. Too late. I put all my eggs in one basket going back to Clash, and it was too late to make any arrangements for the Kentucky Bluegrass Festival. But maybe next time. There's a lot of people going to that one.
Oh no, I'm not going to Memphis in May. I was invited back in 2022 with the Hog Addiction team. That's the only reason I went then. I wasn't on the team, but I know most of them guys. I just went up there and hung out.
Move them eggs to a different basket. Yeah, I heard someone talking earlier that all the rooms are already taken. It's a June event with next month. That everything was already booked up. So I was like, well, maybe
The
next
one in
year.
Kentucky.
Yes, Kentucky. Huh. You know what? I just noticed something different. So when I highlight a comment from the chat, and then when I go back, yeah, like, oh, y'all seen it when you're in too?
Yeah, and if I scroll over it, it gets bright again.
Oh, when I scroll over, it disappears.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard, Whip. I didn't check into it for myself.
Yep, he just went down as soon as you closed it up.
Yeah, but if
I
I
still
scroll
read it.
over, it
I
goes
still read
away.
it.
Yeah, not me. It disappears.
Hmm.
I gotta get a message to Tim Whip. I told this guy I would do it. He was helping some other starving Tennessee person that has a like action figure, that stuff that Ed collects. They've got all kinds of stuff, but he wanted me to pass their information on to Ed. I still got this note right here. I told the man I would, and I try to keep my word. But I don't know how close Sneedville is to wherever Ed lives. But this guy had a boatload of stuff, man. All kinds of that stuff that he gets. So I think I'm gonna do. Well, I already said something. Touch base on a little bit. I've got some perch. I took out the freezer. I just bought them 2 weeks ago, but I know I wasn't going to cook them right away. So I used rust method for the first time. I've never put water in a freezer bag and then froze the fish like that. I've always just put it in a freezer bag and froze the fish. But this time I actually put the water in there so that the fish and the water freeze together. I've never done that before, never.
That's the way I grew up doing that with fish and shrimp.
So I'm gonna smoke the perch, and then I'm thinking about doing a lettuce wrap, fish taco, something like that. Still staying on the theme of trying to eat healthier. As I killed a whole Domino's thin crust jalapeno pizza tonight, just not a large one, just a small one. I'm just jalapenos, baked jalapenos on a thin crust pizza. Don't even put it in front of my face because it's going to be gone. You're at seafood is cheap these days compared to beef. This is so true. I was at Thyron and his mom's yesterday. A cooking event. I saw going to London next month for barbecue competition. No way. So cool. I saw Thyron and Daddy Dutch last week or the week before. They apparently met up someplace. Stevie, I put a bag of chicken wings down. It's both flats and drummies, but they were $30 for that bag of wings. I said, she'll sit right there. Let the next person that has more money than me buy it. That's what I said, Bat. And I'll go right back to being behave myself. But my wife had a coupon. She wanted pizza. It's Mother's Day, so I obliged. It ain't that cheap. It just dropped $200 on a seafood dinner for two. Happy freaking Mother's Day. It is crazy. I swear it's gouging. That's all it is, just gouging. You know what? I wonder if I can. Oh, yeah, it did. I was going to say, I wonder if it allows me to re-highlight them, but it did. Yeah, I saw Dutch. I don't know. Well, that was last week, so it wouldn't have been the same time you were there.
I was saying something. I just realized I muted myself, but I was gonna say that pizza is not as unhealthy as what you might think,
Right.
especially a thin crust. It's bread, but you can put good toppings on there. Stay away from the pepperoni and the cured meats, maybe, and
Yeah,
load up with veggies and stuff. You know,
$9 a pound. What won't happen?
I had Tarina. She had bought some kimchi here a week or so ago, and she ended up breaking the jar. It fell out of the refrigerator, so I sent her to the Asian store and got some really good kimchi. That stuff is really good for your guts because it being fermented, you know. And I told her, I said, I want to start eating a little bit of that, maybe every other day with a meal or something, you know. I could tell a difference.
Yeah, I'm just looking into things, just dabbling in stuff. You know, it's like I said, the sausage link, the bacon, because I'm a huge bacon fan. Me not eating bacon, and then break out that master built little smoker again, and because it's just the wife and I, it's not like I have to do, you know, 6 pork bellies to feed a family. You
Yeah.
know, and be able to put some in the freezer. I can do one belly or 2 bellies and have more than enough.
You
And
know, my
still have.
dad, he had heart trouble. He had a couple of heart attacks, three, I think, total. But what ended up killing him was a stroke. Many years later, he got his heart healthy again, but he walked every day and lost weight, and he walked every day, just a steady rhythm. And that's one of the best things you can do for your heart, you know.
Yeah,
And there used to be a walking trail right down the road from him. He would drive down there, and I think it was 1 mile. One lap was a mile, and I don't know how many laps he got up to, but that's what really strengthened his heart. Just
yeah.
pacing himself, you know, not walking fast, just walking steady, you know.
Well, that's why I like I said, played out in the yard a little bit, you know, until I started feeling the little sensation again. And I just said, well, it's time to stop, you know. But
Yeah.
then I just walked there and got the water hose, and I just watered in what I just put down, just to.
Well, he was on meds and all too while he was doing that, but he did it by doctor's orders, you know, to start walking and exercising your heart more. Because he had, you know, he had that business I grew up in. He done retired and just sedentary, you know, just doing nothing but sitting there and watching TV, and that's quickest way to go out. So he got on that little walking program, and that helped him a bunch.
That Dr. Brewer just said that verbatim almost. It's just sitting, long term sitting is one of the worst things you can do.
Yeah. My dad had his first heart attack at 57, which I'm 67, you know, and then he had a couple after that, but he lived to be almost 90, you know, and he probably went 20 something years without any more heart trouble.
I came in because I don't, everybody knows I'm cheap. If I let them deliver it, I got to tip the driver. So I go up and pick the pizza up myself. I got to tip nobody. But I was coming back home and there's
Boy,
a
that is
billboard.
right there. My
What's
Lord.
that? What's that? So I went by the community billboard, and one of the guys, Rolly, that used to live here, he just passed away at 101 years old. He moved to Delaware, Maryland, about 10 years ago, I guess. Just passed away.
That was a long life for nowadays, you know.
He was a waterman. He had a full time job. I don't remember what it was, but then he was a waterman in evenings and weekends.
Stop. I paid a total of $25 for a $15 pizza the other night.
Is that all right?
Yeah,
You tip that much
to get delivered.
to get it delivered? Good gosh, that wouldn't happen. Get you out the house.
Hmm.
Why would you move at 91? I think they had property there, Whip. Lep's in here also. I think they had property there, and his wife is from that area. It's like Chinkatink Island. I don't know if you ever heard that, but it's the running of the horses, the wild horses every year, and they just wanted to retire, you know, in that area, and that's what they did. It may have been 15 years. And I'm not too sure that they weren't going back and forth already. That's about from where I live, same neighborhood. It's about a 3 hour drive one way. Yeah, $10 save. Plus, I parked a little ways from the door, so I had to walk a little bit to go get the pizza and walk back to the car. Just got a little exercise, a little fresh air. And my wife appreciated it because I got out of her hair.
Just gonna send you a good pizza every day now.
Yeah, $25 is cheap for a pizza being delivered. That's the you and Troy V should be here. Both of them are from Chicago. $25 is cheap for a pizza being delivered. I'm almost never under $35. $50. That's crazy. I wish I could remember the name of the place. I used to go to business meetings in Chicago, and one of the guys, uh, Jim McMahon, he took us to this one place. We stayed at this big plush hotel every year, twice a year, same place. It's at a big convention hall. Best apple smoked bacon I've ever had in my life. I mean, you ate a piece of that bacon and you tasted the apple strong as hell. I was like, man, it was good. But he took us to this little pizza place in Chicago, and we always got the table that was back in the kitchen. Everybody else sat out in the restaurant, but we got the table. The little table was set in the corner, uh, back in the kitchen where the calamari came out before the pizza. If you got pizza, but we normally did. I felt like the Godfather. Sugar, great food, even better pizza. Yeah, there's two guys in the barbecue community, Whip, that are huge Chicago food people. Like you say, one of them's he's in Montana, Mile High guy, Scott,
Colorado.
Colorado. He loves to duplicate that thick, heavy pub like pizza from Chicago. He said ain't nothing like it. Troy V would be a good one to have a talk with in the Chicago stuff, but he's probably with his mom, I'm sure. So when do you leave for Tennessee to move, Whip? Oh, you still got to get everything built yet, but is that like years away? Next year? 10 years? Right. Of course, I got out in that yard for a little bit of time today and came in here, sat down, drank a bottle of water, and I felt something crawling on me. Another damn tick.
Jumping.
They're bad around here. There isn't that deep dish. Cannot be beat. I haven't eaten it at all. I haven't come across anything close. He said the same thing. His name is Scott. He said the same thing that he actually, in 2 years, wow, that he was actually hoping. He said he tried a number of places that said that they duplicated that thick pan, that deep dish pizza. He said it was nothing like it, so he actually created his own, and it must have been good because he was woofing that pizza down that he made. That's cool. So how'd you meet John and what's up, Digits? John and I can't remember his wife's name. North Carolina, KG Tropicals. At one point, they're less than 30 minutes away from me until they moved to the Carolinas. Not even know they were even there. I'm a fan. I'm not a fan of delivery on pop pizza joints. Fantastic things, crust pizzas. Don't like that big. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either. There is a place right here that used to do that thick pizza, but or that big heavy or crust, but it was just too thick to me. I don't want to, so get a mouthful of bread and just a dry piece of pizza. It must not did do well because he took it off the menu, but so weather stables. I'm gonna break out that Park Grill / pizza oven again and get to doing something with it this year. I didn't do anything with it last year.
I recreated back when I had that Mangiafuco Fontana Mangiafuco pizza oven.
Yeah,
I did a Chicago tavern style. It's that thin crust, real thin, almost like cracker crust. That was
yeah,
pretty good.
that's what I
I
had tonight.
cut
That
it,
dominant.
cut it in squares.
Yep, they did the same thing. Cut it squares. Of course, I got to go in there and make sure each square has a jalapeno slice on it. This guy has 2 or 3 slices. This pizza moved jalapeno over to it. There's something about that baked jalapeno and that thin crust. I just love it.
Yeah.
Really make my own pizza in a cast iron skillet. My brother-in-law makes good pizza on a gas grill, of all things. On the tube, Aqua Shell, Chicago. Talking about it back and forth for a couple of years. I thought I knew you from Tennessee, and he moved from Virginia, King George, Virginia, to North Carolina, fish tanks and all. And I'm like, how in the world did those two even meet up? And that had to have been one heck of a drive. Lisa, that's her name. And that had to have been one heck of a drive for Whip. Very sweet. She's the first piece to reach out to me when my youngest boy passed. Oh, okay. That was a big contributing factor. Okay. Keep the mind busy. 16 hours. Whew. I think you said something to that effect last night, I think, Whip. That's when I put 2 and 2 together that you had son that had passed, because you talked about shipping little, I guess, glasses, tumblers that you had made, and one would be for the tribute area for your other son. It always sucks. Like Craig behind the, was it behind the garage barbecue?
Yeah.
Same thing. Buried his son. Was it last year? Year before?
About a year now. Over a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been away. It's just train talk. Now, then you probably, that's why you didn't answer me earlier. I was wondering if you were able to obtain any of that footage from that Jeep crawl that y'all did 2 Saturdays ago. You said something about one of your friends' wives or something had footage of it, and I thought you said you were going to try and get a hold of some, Chris. I enjoyed them videos, man. I was like, that's just so. No, I didn't do. How? Why does that surprise me?
Still too cold up there.
Yeah, he called me up. We talked after I had that. I guess about the same time I had that stress test. Chris called and checked up on me and last week, and he was telling me that no, he was asking me about the pollen. I was like y'all don't have pollen, and they don't even have pollen yet in New Hampshire. I was like, no way. You're like maybe 5 hours away from me, 4 to 5 hours. I mean, our vehicles have been yellow for a month. I didn't
That's one
realize.
thing I remember about living in Hampton, Virginia when I was up there working. We got there about the time pollen and all was starting to fall. Man, it was heavy up there. I'll never
It's
forget that.
terrible.
Yeah, it's like wow. I mean, we get a little bit down here, but not like that.
You can take your hand and go across the hood of your car and scoop up a little pile, make a little pile
Yeah,
of it. That's
I
how
was
heavy that pollen is around
I
here.
was driving a company van while I was up there, and I kept having to take to the car wash.
Yeah,
Yeah. Here it sticks to the car, man, just like grimy.
yeah. We talked about Scott Mile High Barbecue. So last week, I think they hit record high snow
Huh.
just
Yeah.
last week.
Jeez. It's a little late, ain't it?
Yeah, crazy stuff. He's got a rub. I want to order some. I got two more posters I want to get from Kyle for the fish family. My side work is just about slowed up to nothing. And I had a little job a couple weeks ago, but that's when all this shit went downhill with me. But um, I want to get more of those posters. And Mile High Guy has this seasoning that you put on chicken wings when you're barbecuing them,
Mhm.
and he says it's like I don't know. It's got to be some high flour content. I don't know what it is, cornstarch. But he says he did a taste test, and the crunch that he got out of that wing by using his this seasoning he's got, it got to be something like that. I say, yeah, I'll give it a try. I'm always a sucker for something like that.
Probably cornstarch. That is a trick for getting crispy wings.
That's what, but it didn't have that real white appearance. So I mean, there's got to be something else in it
Right.
Maybe.
with that. But he's got that. Let's see. I think we're in the middle of the 40s. Yeah, we today we hit 82, which was a shocker. Tomorrow we're going to be 50 something and 46 at night. Really sorry to hear that. Uh,
Mhm.
but he's the one that's got that habanero honey barbecue sauce. That stuff will put a hurting on you. He's
Keep
got some good barbecue sauce.
I keep forgetting that I'm muting myself. I'm doing it because I'm coughing so much. I don't want to bug y'all with that mess.
Are y'all? Do you have any pollen right now, Russ?
Pollen? No,
Yeah.
I haven't noticed any. I'm sure there's some, but I don't know what kind of trees they got compared to what we got. But I don't hardly ever see pollen
Yeah.
down here. A little bit maybe.
Yeah, we have it terrible. It's always great if we get some rain because at least you get a little bit of break from the pollen.
I was sitting there looking at some bees flying around the yard the other day. That clover comes up this time of year with the little white flowers, and I was sitting there watching this little bee. He was going from one to the next to the next. He was just making his rounds,
Yeah.
sucking out whatever's in there, nectar or whatever they go after.
So how's Trinidad, Stephen?
What's up, Steven?
Oh, don't want to do that. What do I do? How do I get rid of it?
What? Just play that again. You go.
I clicked the button too many.
They're predicting rain again for tomorrow. Then after that, it's supposed to be sunny. Today was sunny. I think there's like a 60% chance.
Yeah,
Just
we were
run
cloudy.
stable air.
Yeah, we were cloudy this morning, but
It's probably going to come in from Texas. I see it, but it's up high in Texas. It's way up, like around Dallas.
Yep.
Des was saying something about tornado warnings in Texas.
Yeah, up in north and east Texas into Oklahoma, way up there.
We'll be getting into hurricane season here in a few weeks, if even that.
Hot, humid, and dusty.
Well, in June. What is it? June 1st? Sometime in June.
We're behind.
Hold on, let me tell my green screen here.
We're behind around 8 inches from overall right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both of North Texas, and I'm in that little group out there.
Yeah. That's right.
Oklahoma.
Fort Worth, Dallas. Unless that turns and swoops down, I don't know how we're going to get rain tomorrow, but that's what you're saying.
Well, it's a lot more up north, heading out to the southeast, so it's kind of headed towards Houston, New Orleans, south that way. So you might
Yeah,
get some of
that
that.
That is a bad word, Des. I shouldn't say that. We've been pretty fortunate these last so many years, man. Keep dodging a bullet.
But it's not as bad as Pascagoula, right?
Yeah, Pascagoula might be a little worse.
Starts on the 1st of June and ends November 30th. Wow.
That's right. Man, last year it's just like nothing. You know? It's like, wow. I love it. Last
So
year.
when that was me last night, Des. I was bouncing around, but I lurked mostly. I even lurked late night on Grumpus last night.
We got that El Nino, however you say it, that we're supposed to be under.
Yeah, they're saying that's pretty high. What? They're saying that's going to change the weather habits for a lot of places.
Yeah, it's showing us having a lot of rain, which I'll be honest with you, from June through August, with these hot extreme temperatures that we normally get that time of the year, that'll help cool things down to where my electric bill won't be so high anyway.
Yeah.
It can rain its tail off. I don't care. Tarina get mad because she won't be able to cut grass. But other than that, you know, she loves cutting grass.
Severe, let me see, thunderstorm warning until midnight tonight. For
Whistle stop.
Up
Okay.
there around
San Antonio, yeah.
that look like some pretty heavy stuff. No, it's all north of Houston.
Yeah, north. It's heading towards the east, so towards Houston, towards Louisiana.
Yeah.
We have a
Around
lake
Shreveport,
here.
all that. Bossier City, Shreveport, right on across.
It's still kind of over where Katie lives and or Ed was a stop out that way, but it's moving east.
Yeah, quite a bit north of Houston.
Better turn that on.
I watched a plant video today. He was from Rhode Island. I can't remember the channel name, but he was showing his plant collection from Rhode Island. Made me think about Emily.
What's up?
Oh, I had to think about that live I was watching, and one of the comments the guy said that I cared not to repeat because of it's not really appropriate, but let's just say he swings the opposite way. I guess is the easiest way to describe. He was talking about his plants, and it was just he made a comment, and I was like, "Oh hell no! What did you just say?" He put a big old smile on his face. I was like, "Oh, okay. What's up, Rack?"
What are you talking about, Lance?
I got the plant station and wrote from the guy was channel rather. He wrote Rhode Island. Yeah, Southpaw. I can't say that. I'm a Southpaw. I write my left hand. But he was talking about this leaf and how big and veiny. Oh, I just love big veiny. I was like, oh my God. Did not just say that. And that's being polite. Uh-oh. I mean, I don't care. It's his business, but I was just surprised he said that on his live.
Maybe he was fishing.
Yeah, he could have been fishing.
Trying to lure him out of the woodworks there.
Yeah. No, no. Don't watch the plant channel from Rhode Island no more. Oh, you're in New York. Okay. You're upstate New York. That's right.
I've been watching alien shows all day.
That's Christine. She does that stuff.
Well, you know, Trump released more evidence, footage, and stuff like that. But I was watching. What had me curious, I clicked on a Sean Hannity thing, and he was interviewing the director that made that show about Bob Lazar, that whistleblower, you know, that supposedly worked at Area 51, and then that other one, I forget what, S4, whatever,
Right.
and all this stuff. It sounds pretty believable. But man, if they got technology like that, that's crazy. It explains how they don't have any sound and they can go to speed of light just about. It's like anti-gravity. You know, they're just floating and it repels gravity somehow.
Yeah, I haven't watched anyway. I saw was it Marjorie Green Taylor want to resign from Congress. She's running her mouth about why all this, you know, alien talk is going around and everything. I can't understand how a person that leads Congress can still be a public figure like they are. Still have a say so. It just cracks me up. Aren't you a has been?
Running that mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I believe on all that stuff, but it's interesting to watch anyway, sometimes.
New York City.
What was the name of that show? I had to pay $10 to watch it. It's on Amazon. It just come out in April.
Western New York.
What was the name of it? About 2 hours long or close to it. Where's my email at?
Moose, you're upstate, right?
Oh, it's called S4 the Bob Lazar story. That's the name of it. It came out last month.
Yeah. I can't, you can't help when you're scrolling around. You see things about it, but I haven't followed it on any television or anything like that. I don't watch TV unless I'm in the house and my wife has it on.
I watch videos all day, sometime all night, but sometimes I just want to kick back and watch a movie, man.
Yeah.
Get sick of trying to find things to watch.
I've gotten into my war movie click again on YouTube, hitting all them again.
Yeah.
Buffalo. I'm watching all them again, and even some of them are so Mickey Mouse.
I found a lot of good old movies that just pop up in my recommended on YouTube, stuff I've never seen before.
Yeah.
What do they call them? Little cheap budget movies. You know, a lot of them is just that, but I'll sit there. Some of them's pretty good. Old movies, you know.
Don't say Semper Fi. I had listened to that conversation before I said anything on Eddie's Live last night. I was getting educated. I wondered about that. It's like, I don't own a Harley. I don't wear Harley clothes, Harley T-shirts, nothing. I don't own one. I don't ride one. And I was sort of kind of getting to conversations last night. If you're not a Marine, you shouldn't be saying Semper Fi. And I just sort of kind of get that. But the same token, I also get the side of it being, respectful. You're way east of New York.
Dude, what the heck is wrong with you?
I can't imagine Lance on a Harley. I had dirt bikes as a kid and all that. My brother-in-law, sister ride Harleys, but I've never got a street license.
Closest I ever come to a Harley was a Honda Shadow.
Dang.
It was a good looking bike though, man. It had a candy apple red teardrop tank. I bought it brand new back in the 80s.
Neither can I.
Had that B twin.
Why y'all saying you can't picture me on a Harley? I got the Harley look. Come on.
Hey, go watch that Leonard Skinner video I showed you.
I could picture you on a moped.
Freebird. It's not Freebird, it's Free Turkey.
800 Chevy. I know you do, Timmy. I've had the curiosity. A lot of my friends got rid of their bikes though when they were riding one night. And I know of the guy, who he was, where he lived, but he got too close to the road and a soft shoulder, and head first into a telephone pole at a teenager, and his mom. I don't even know. I don't even know if she's still alive. It was many years ago that his mom. Nah, I'm good. They got him around here. But his mom had to feed him, change him for the rest of his life, as long as she lived. Because of that, a couple of the guys parked their bikes, never rode them again.
me and Torino is going to go eat somewhere. This is back when I first got back from Virginia. When I first got back from Virginia, and we were living like a little duplex thing, and we come out on Highway 15, and it's a turnabout there now. It used to just be a stop sign. You had to wait and go, you know. But anyway, this guy was on a Harley, and what was the deal? He was coming down Highway 15 going this way, I think. And that girl on that cell phone never even checked up. She T-boned him, man, right there on the highway, killed him dead as a hammer. He was a black guy. I remember his arms hanging out. They had him covered up on the street. And me and her both just lost our appetite, man.
Yeah.
And I said, then I said, I'll never own another motorcycle, you know.
Oh, there's this area, especially the beach down here. I mean, this is, with no exaggeration, there's probably 300 bikes just past me.
Yeah.
Big Harley groups. There's a St. Mary's edition of this Hell's Angels. There's the Misfits. There's a lot of them in this right here in this immediate area. But I just, I had to want to, but never did it. Mike on a slingshot. No kidding. An e-bike. I think I saw a couple of them go by the house a little while earlier. One of the kids was riding a wheelie on it. Member of the Misfits. Yeah, they're a pretty big bike group. Yeah, it sends a picture of that bike, Mike. They're pretty cool. I like seeing them. I like to watch them go down the road. I think guy in the fish side, Jeff Kane and his wife, they got e-bikes. This wasn't an e-bike this kid was riding. I don't know what it was. Looked like, I don't know, 18-inch tire on a front and back. But it was definitely, I mean, you heard it was battery powered somehow or another, but it was getting it.
Yeah, they got some fat tires on those e-bikes, man.
Yeah. But the ones that Jeff Kane and his wife have, you have to pedal those things for a little bit. And then they take over.
I don't hear that lunatic in your neighborhood much anymore that flies down your road 100 miles plus. Good Lord.
There's been people who have been taking video cameras of them and everything. And, that was one of the biggest, dumbest things they changed around here in this community about allowing. It sucks because the ones that are, families that want to get on the golf cart and go down to the beach, or one of the piers and go fishing, it's destroying it for. That's what it was meant for. But it opened the door to all the mini bikes and the dirt bikes with no mufflers on them and riding wheelies, busting up and down the road. That one guy that you're talking about, he was religiously every 6:30 a.m., 10:30 at night. And a few people have him filmed on like dash cams type thing.
Yeah.
And one guy, this was just last week, a guy posted a picture from a camera taking a shot of him outside through the window inside of his house. But it doesn't, because you're supposed to still have your helmet on, you're supposed to have turn signals, lights. And this guy has no lights whatsoever when he busts through here at night.
Death wish.
Yeah, well, that's what happened down here. You know, it was another one of these. They're riding a dirt bike or something, and no helmet, and the kid didn't stop, but the stop sign blew through it. That
Yep.
was the last. That was the last stop sign he blew through. You know.
I think they're invincible at that age.
What's up, Tennessee? Which is very sad. You know, but not only for the family that lost a child, but the man that hit him. He's got to live like that with that for the rest of his life. I'm not even sure he still lives in the community here. He may have moved out. NDT, when I was talking about you posting that video of a local carnival, I didn't mean I'd be posting more videos. I know in Tennessee, that's something that's real popular still in that area. In Sneedville, is it Sneedville, Tennessee? That because he'll post all kinds of carnivals where they've got high wire acts and everything, fairs. I'm still trying to share that address or that store name of Epic Battleground in Sneedville to that guy, NDT. I forgot about you. I said I would do it, and I'm trying to. He's in Chattanooga. I have no idea how close they are. But he is a big collector of all that Star Wars stuff and all that action figures. So any more DIY stuff for us coming up, or?
You're muted, Russ.
Hey, Russ. You're muted.
Yeah, I said I've got a couple of ideas, but I was so bored. I think I showed you these things here on last video. I
Yeah,
saw
those switches
I
that
was
you're.
going to
Yeah.
video, but anyway, I just went ahead and put it together that way I could use it. But I thought about doing a video. All your modern cars have went to like what's called pulse width modulation to control just about everything. I'm talking about your headlights, your fuel pump, your blower speeds, your radiator fan speeds. It actually controls your AC compressor. It's all done through pulse width modulation that the computer, it relies on input coming from sensors and it tells it what speed to run at, blah, 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 blah. So I just want to do a video explaining what pulse width modulation is and how it's being used nowadays compared to like older cars.
Mm-hmm.
And this little tool will help me. I'll be able to demonstrate it. You know, I can hook.
You put a gauge on it or something, meters or something.
I can put a fan
for-
up to it, or
for-
I've got those test lights that I put together a year or so ago, and I can hook them to it, and I can take the frequency all the way down to 1 hertz, and you'll see them blink on and off once every second. Then I'll show doing it at 50 hertz. It'll do it 50 times. And once you get high enough, you won't even see them blinking no more, not with your human eye. But from there, what you'll do is the pulse width goes up. Shut up. Once the pulse width goes up, they'll just get brighter and brighter and brighter until they max out to where it's at 100% duty cycle, which is straight 12 volts coming to it. You know, all pulse width is on off so many times a second. You know, but it's replaced. Like let's say your blower motor on your older style, they have a resistor pack for different fan speeds. They have to run through resistors to lower that speed or increase that speed. High speed has no resistors on it. So with this, you do it through pulse width modulation. But what's cool about it?
He looks happy.
That's
He
empty.
looks happy, Simon.
Huh?
M's comment right there.
Emily's.
The video is coming about. Oh, but what I think is cool about it, you know what a solenoid valve is? Just on off, on
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Well, like on a compressor on a car, it's got a solenoid valve that actually allows gas to go in your compressor or shuts it off. All right, but with pulse width, it can actually find it somewhere in the middle and just hold it there. It'll hold it at any spot that the computer tells it to let more or more. Think of a faucet. You know, you turn it on, off. Think of some way to control that to where it'll add water to the proper amount. You know, it's doing the
Right.
same thing. The computer's telling it how much to open it or to close it. It's no longer just on off. It is, but it's doing it at such a fast rate. It looks like it's just hovering where it needs to be. You know,
Like, I guess, a rheostat, maybe.
a rheostat's getting into resistance. You know, that's actually acting like a resistor, which controls the fan speeds and stuff. This is totally opposite. This is strictly on off, faster or slower. That's all it
Right.
is.
But a rheostat will turn it up or down.
It'll turn it up and down through using resistance.
Right.
Same thing as the potentiometer, you know. But big difference. And all that resistors generate heat. Pulse width modulation does not. It's just a lot better system. And it's amazing how quick everything went to that. You know, I can look at a car from the mid 2000s and they'll still be using resistors. It's all your real modern cars in the last, I don't know, probably 8 years, something like that, is went to all this. But it's all controlled by the brain. There's more computer power in your car or today's cars than what NASA had on the rockets that went to the moon. Way more. Your iPhone's got more smarts than what they did back then, you know. Yeah, used to be, if you lost a fan speed, you say, "Oh, my resistor went out." It was resistor pack, you know. That was
I wouldn't have got Tennessee out of NDT. I don't know why you're saying that.
That's one of them I want to do. And what was the other one? I've been writing down. I've just been lazy, man. I ain't felt like doing much of nothing. Oh, I want to do another one explaining voltage drop.
I got a video I could have done with voltage drop. I'm sitting here just this week, probably Monday or Tuesday, everything goes out on just this side, including my laptop, my speakers, my external speakers. Saw the light go out. I was like, what the hell? What was that all about? No breakers trip. GFI didn't trip. 2 GFI. You got GFI from there and a GFI that runs across this workbench. I got 2 laptops tied into it, a couple printers. And damn wire. The neutral wire on the
one of the receptacles.
Yeah, came loose.
I was just getting ready to ask you, is that what you found? That's pretty common. Yeah. If you got something in there pulling a pretty good load, and if that wasn't a very good connection to begin with, that actually heats up where that little screw is, where your wire wraps around it. And if it gets hot long enough, it starts backing that screw out from heating and cooling. Then eventually it gets a really bad, crappy connection. And if it don't burn your house down, then it just finally breaks connection. I'm surprised
it didn't trip the breaker or the power strips.
Well, breakers are detecting shorts and over amperage. That was isolated there. All the heat was happening there. You got to heat up that breaker through like a spike, like a direct short to ground. It'll reply real quick. Click.
Right.
You know. But a receptacle that's slowly doing that over time, it'll never trip a breaker. No.
Sam, you said you sent me that link.
Back. Same problem.
I just sent you a picture. I put a link in the chat.
I saw the picture, but I thought you had said something. You sent that link.
No, I put it in the chat.
But yeah, I was just surprised to see it was there. I mean, like scorch the white plastic a little bit.
It can actually burn a whole side of that receptacle out. That's why I've got one of these somewhere in here. I think it's hanging right there. The camera, the heat shows a thermal imaging camera is what I'm trying to say,
Right.
and
The
you can
one
actually
that
distribute it at receptacles. And if you see little hot spots about where them wires are, you got something going on. You can just walk through your house and look at every one of them. They should be showing cold, but if you're
fair
showing a
enough.
little signature right there, turning really yellow and orange, then yeah, you better check that receptacle. You got loose wires right there.
But make sure you're on Fahrenheit when you do that.
Yes, make sure you're on Fahrenheit. But it's not that one you use. You use a laser thermometer. I'm talking about a imaging camera,
Imaging, yeah.
thermal image of it.
It just shocked me. I mean, I killed the power and pulled on everything, make sure the wires were in behind the screw good. But what it was is that this was a plug where it's like a brass plate. I mean, this is not like it has like a little brass plate where you could push strip wires behind and tighten that screw up, and it would pinch the wire between the plug and that little brass plate, where you can actually double them up if you want to. But Simon, I'm not. This thing won't let me do anything with that link. I can do that, but I can't save it. Can't copy it.
Yeah, no, you have to be on YouTube for to be able to click on it.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
This is what I'm talking about, Lance.
Hold on. Let me get back on the show and tell. Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Good gosh. You got sunglasses on in there. Your beard's black.
Shut down. These are handy for finding, like, if you got parachute draws on your car that's draining your battery overnight and stuff.
Right.
You can take this, make sure everything is asleep on your car, and then just go looking up under your hood is where I would check around relay boxes, fuses, and if you see anything glowing, and trust me, you'll know it when you see it. Then that's more likely your culprit. Handy little tool.
Oh, I've seen this before.
What's that?
That link that Simon shared.
Oh,
It's the official video for Freebird from Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, I've seen that one before.
Yep, showed it to you when it came out.
I saw the top 10 most played songs, and Leonard Skinner got 2 of them in the top 10 of all times in the 1970s, I think it was. Freebird and Simple Man, maybe, was it?
Could be.
Stairway to Heaven was number 1. And we made an hour and a half already. Ain't quite run out of shit to talk about yet. No, the reason why I was saying something about that, what is it? Good gosh. That's same thing as a large time. He had himself a large time. The reason why I say something about gauges, so if you can actually see, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just, so if you can show it working, when you do a video or something on it. You said something about the lights that you would do.
Or which video you were talking about? Voltage drop?
Yeah, the test equipment that you just made.
Oh, that. Yeah, that's 2 things in one. That's a pulse width driver that I can change the frequency on and the duty cycle. All right, and the top one is the one I was telling you. I can put a 9 volt battery on it, and I can cut that down to 5 volts DC, or I can put out 30 volts DC, or I'll be using a car voltage, you know.
Right.
And what I would use that on is if I had almost, well, not almost, a lot of your sensors depend on a 5 volt reference in order for them to work. And if for some reason you lost that 5 volt reference, then the first thing you do is make sure that that 5 volts reference isn't being pulled down to ground through another sensor. They usually share a 12 volt reference across 5 or 6 different sensors or more. You got to make sure it's not grounded. And if it's just open, then you can actually hook that 5 volts off that little thing I built, give it 5 volts to make sure the rest of the system is working. Then you've narrowed it down to just a break in the wire or a bad connection at a plug, but it'll do that also. Make life easier when I do need it. But
You
another
see
voltage drop video I want to do, that's talking about voltage drop in automotive, like where you have bad connections and things like that.
You
That
see
kind of
that?
that blows your mind to think about this, but think about taking a multimeter right here. You listening?
Yeah.
And think about going to the negative side of your battery. You listening?
Yeah.
And then going to a ground on the engine, and
Right.
then reading voltage. Normally what would you think I'd read going ground to ground?
Ohm meter? Ohm resistance?
No, voltage. I got it on DC volts, and I go
Okay.
from ground on the battery to ground on the engine. And let's say I'm showing 8 volts. Should I be reading that?
No.
I should be reading what, 0?
0 is what I would
Right.
say.
But a lot of times, if you got a bad voltage drop, like at a corroded cable or whatever, you'll actually show voltage. You'll show voltage there, and when you see that, you say, "Uh-oh, I got a bad connection, bad wire, even a bad battery clamp, like on your battery. You know how they get all corroded and crap.
Right.
You can actually go to your ground cable, put that on your post, then put that on the clamp, and if you're reading voltage right there, there's your problem right there. Just clean up your post, clean up your clamps, but it can happen anywhere in the ground path. Is what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about voltage drop.
Do you use carbonated soda?
What, to clean mine?
Yeah.
No, I use I've got the post cleaners, the wire brushes, and then I clean all that. Then I use Noalox, which is used by electricians. It's got zinc particles in it, which means it's conductive, and it's a grease. And then it's great for using on car batteries, or if you clean up a bad ground, put that where you have to knock the surfaces back down to shiny. Just put that grease in there, clamp it all down. You're good to go for a while.
Right. I like dielectric.
Dielectric. That's an insulating grease. I use Noalox. It's made by Ideal, the electrical company that makes wire nuts and all that stuff. You sure you want to ask me more questions, Lance? I'll just keep going on and on.
No, I'm fine. I learned something from him, but I saw Lep was back in the chat, and I made me think about what I read he posted on Facebook about who the hell's cutting grass at 7:30 in the morning. It sounded like it was in Lep's kitchen cutting grass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of early on a weekend, especially.
I just got a kick out of it. So I wonder what those little green and red pads have on them. They got something like that. Did you buy when you buy a battery? You're supposed to stop it from corroding?
Yeah. Yeah, they work.
Yeah, they were, but I wonder what they have on them. I never
No, I
read
don't know. They
back
got
there.
something that's anti-corrosive. The Moose says he uses red grease. I use red grease on wheel bearings. I don't use it on anything electrical, or I'll
Yeah,
use it on anything else that needs to be greased.
I use Molly.
Molly, yeah.
Yeah, I don't use any red grease. I think the only time I last thing I used red grease was the boat trailer axles.
I've got tubes and tubes of that stuff that Derek gave me when he was working at that place, fuel and oil place. I got a grease gun, and I ain't had to use it for nothing really, but I got it.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sitting there
I'll
trying to
I'll,
think
uh,
of.
I'll get motivated and get out there and shoot something, man. I'm supposed to
I'm
do a
sit,
second video for that recovery machine, but I just ain't felt like doing nothing.
Gotta make yourself, Russ.
Oh, I know. I do got some cars coming in to work on. I've worked on quite a few. I just hadn't felt like shooting a video of it. I don't want to work on somebody's vehicle and have to get my mind on a video. But there will be certain videos that I'll do that with, but it's going to be more or less diagnostics, not me actually doing the work. I think the diagnostic videos are more beneficial anyway. That's what somebody wants to know is like, I need to find out what's going on in my car. Almost anybody can figure out how to change this or change that, but I'd rather just do the diagnostics on it.
There, Tim.
All right, Timmy.
But yeah, the last couple cars I looked at, I guess they're trying to get their money up or whatever. One guy texted me the other night and said, I went ahead and ordered two new condensers. His car and his truck both need like a AC renewal, everything. And so I guess he's going to buy parts at a time. I'm going to tell him, don't bring me that thing until you got everything ready to go. I'm going to open it up and put it back together. And that's going to be the end of it.
Yeah, I was over at one of my nephew's house. It's where my brother-in-law Keith works on cars. He's got a lift and everything in that garage. I
Yeah.
had a code come up in my little Honda for end up being a catalytic converter code, but Keith just cleared it for now. It hadn't come back on, but he was talking about he had two Ford trucks in there with that time of chain issue where they were trying to meet the mandates for Biden. He was putting all those fuel economy restrictions
They
on
got
Ford motors. Yeah,
variable timing, man.
and how those motors just imploding at sixty
Yeah.
thousand miles on them or less.
Ford, Chevrolet, and it's all because of those mandates.
Yeah,
Trying to get more miles to the gallon, and it's ridiculous.
yeah,
All these companies used to make really good motors. I mean, they last, but
Yeah.
that's like
he
my
was
son. He's on his one. Let's see, he blew it up. Two, three. He's on his fourth engine. He just got his truck back at 2023 Chevy Silverado. That's that what is it, 6.2 LZ or whatever it is. Piece of crap. They do have a new engine that's different. He told him he wanted the Corvette engine, the one that's been tried and proven. And the guy he talked to up at main headquarters said, "Yeah, they'll do that." But the dealership said, "No, we got your motor sitting right here. That's what we're going to put in it. It's not the same motor. It is the same motor, but it's been redone supposedly." I said, "What kind of warranty are they going to give you?" He goes, 2 years. I said, "You ready to drive the shit out of it?"
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Keith was saying some of them that they haven't because they haven't. Uh, Maybe it's Ford only, but because it's still topping the courts, that they don't have to replace the motors or something like that right now. So the
I don't.
people are this is out of pocket expenses. Because I asked him, was the manufacturer paying him, for any types of those timing chain setups and all that? He says, hell no. He said this is all people's out of their pocket. So
Yeah,
because the court hasn't ruled on on the issue, I guess, and I'm assuming maybe it's Ford because I know that Toyota had a thing because my youngest daughter they had to replace her engine in her car, but I didn't know they were replacing cars and Chevrolets. I remember you telling me something about your son,
oh
but I didn't
man,
know that was the reasoning
over
for it.
600,000 of those trucks have been recalled for engine swapping. Over
Yeah.
600,000, man. You
Well,
imagine that?
I yeah, I knew that they that went against General Motors, but I didn't know they were. That's how they were rectifying, replacing all these motors right now. But
They're replacing motors. They sure are.
I'm surprised that they don't have to go back to you know well, we just tried to meet what Biden's mandates were. This is what we had to do to make it happen.
That ain't going.
Are they saying that there's other ways that you could fix it without
Well, Biden didn't tell them to make crappy quality. They
right?
just his mandates was to increase fuel economy, increase overall efficiency any way you can.
But that was like timing. In order to do that, you have to retard the timing or something like that.
That
In
it's
order to meet
variable
that,
timing, and I guess it depends on the RPM and all this. It's got a thing on there called a phaser. I've never
yeah,
worked on anything like that. I mean, what kind of motors we grew up working on,
yeah. Well,
single cam. Yeah.
from what I understand is once you're up to optimum speed or something like that, um, then it automatically kicks in and it acts like if you had an 8 cylinder, it acts like it's only gonna run on 4 cylinders at that point.
That's the
That
way
was
my
my
son's truck is.
yeah.
Yep.
But that's at what Ford. I think they call it what a flex
I'm
motor.
gonna tell you something. If you got older trucks or whatever cars, repair them. You're better
Yeah.
off. I wouldn't buy anything right now until they make some improvements from the year 2020 all the way up to now. All of this junk, everything
Chris
I've
was
been
saying
hearing. Unless you're
his was
ready to
a
spend some money like a Mercedes or something like that, maybe.
Chris was saying his was a '08.
Yeah, well, they still make good cars in '08 though. They make good engines. I had that Sierra. It was a 2008, and hell, I put over that truck had 60,000. I got it. I had it up to like 220,000, and my son drove it for another 2 or 3 years. Went to Pennsylvania in it twice, back
Yeah.
and forth. Then when he
Yeah.
sold it, still a really good truck. Who was that flex fuel adaptive engine V8? There's a lot of vehicles that can be flex fuel.
But the one I'm thinking of is Ford.
Yeah, I don't know. The reason I know that I get these cars in here, and when I'm hooking up scan tools and stuff, it'll ask me, is it gas or flex? I'm like, it's gas, on this one. So I'm assuming those car came with that option. I don't know.
1 inch of rain in 4 hours just came across the screen.
What's that?
You're probably gonna get all that mess we've had.
Just came across the screen. 1 inch of rain in 4 hours.
I don't know. I think most of that stuff we had was down low. I think it went into Florida. Dad's still in here. Dad, you been getting rain?
She may be over at CB's.
They're not live yet.
Oh, that's true.
About 20 more minutes.
No, I'm sorry. It was one of those flex fuel. Oh, it was. Okay, that's what you had. It was a V8. I got you. Barely any rain, really. I don't know where all that rain went then. We've had nothing but rain for 4 days. Today was the first day I seen the sun in 4 days.
She was saying something about, I guess there's a lake by her that's dry. And there was kind of that rain didn't even put a dent in it.
Maybe all that went up through Georgia then. I don't know. It had to go somewhere. Oh, you just proved
Yep,
it.
yep, Georgia right there. Coogan country.
Yep.
There he is. Troy, I was looking for you earlier.
Who's Gus? Actually, we did need rain.
Just got done with dinner. What did I miss? They had another guy here, Whips World. He's a Chicago guy. Cook for mom. What'd you make her? From all the fires.
I
Lake
got you.
Jackson. They were showing, this was a while back. They were showing, there's a couple of us guys in Chicago. Yeah, there is a couple of you.
I thought that guy was in Tennessee. The one was talking about the Chicago
He's-
pizza.
He's moving in 2 years. He already has the property in Tennessee.
Oh,
And,
well, but he's from Chicago.
Yeah, he's raised and all that in Chicago.
I got
He has
you.
he has a business. I wanted to ask him, but I hate to ask people too much unless I know him a little bit better. But if from what I gather, he is owns or works for a crew that goes down and clears trees from power lines and stuff like that from state to state.
Yeah.
He gets makes crazy ass hours. Got his own truck.
I want to cook that brisket.
Pork loin, hash, brown potatoes, done on the grill. Offer her prime rib. She wanted pork roast. Go figure. Hey man, pork roast, a little bit of sauerkraut, slow cooker. I'm fat and happy. Matter of fact, I haven't had that for a while. Bringing back memories. Mother's Day too. My mom used to make it a lot. Favorite two dishes that she would make. One of them was a side. She made the best damn home fries. I wish I'd paid attention to what she did. Her home fries are out of this world. She made a fantastic pork roast and sauerkraut, and then she made a fantastic. I can remember her opening up that jar and just breaking off the pieces, making her own cream chip beef. I'm a huge fan of cream chip beef. Shit on a shingle. Call whatever you want. I'll tear that shit up. I love it.
Poop on a shingle.
Yep. Killer Bee Hunter Chipotle and Cosmos along with Arnie Texas ribs.
Rub.
Rub.
Arnie got his own rubs now.
He's got his own line of rubs, yeah.
Yeah, I knew he took off, man. All of a sudden here a few years ago.
Yeah. He had a bunch of rubs.
Killer Bee.
He had to rebrand, and so he rebranded all of his stuff to the Kiss stuff now, like his name.
Yeah.
And just recently, I think just this past year,
You're saying he had to relabel it or something?
yeah, relabel everything, rename everything, all this stuff.
Or copyrights or something?
I don't know.
Another Uncle Steve issue then, huh? Had to remove Rub from his name.
No, okay.
He had to call it
Really?
Shake. Uncle Steve.
He had to remove what?
rub from his name of his company that he had to go back and change it to shake instead of
Really?
rub. Yeah,
I wouldn't think you could copyright rub. Man,
that's what I heard. Correct or wrong, I don't know, but
yeah. Hmm. That must have been when he first started because he's been calling it shake for as long as I can
Right.
remember him in business.
you're welcome. I think
Thanks, Crazy Lance. She called you crazy.
yeah.
What's the matter, Taco?
Emma's become a friend. She made sure I knew that Des was in the ER last week.
No, she didn't mean it. Not what I
Oh, it's like, I'll be right back.
not what I mean, T.
Simon.
Thanks, crazy bud. Not what I meant. I meant she's all shook up.
Okay, Des. She did a good job at it.
She did.
She contacted me, I think, 3 times at least. That is crazy, Lance. Welcome, Em.
Excuse me.
But
Again.
now I don't remember what's crazy. We all friends here.
We all friends.
We all friends. I was trying to think of what
I
was
knew what
crazy
you meant. I was just messing with you.
about what my mom made, cooked. What was crazy?
Tarina has this rice dish. It's got cheese in it,
Oh, see, damn it.
jalapenos. I don't know what's in it, but man, it's good. I think it's even got sour cream in it. But anyway, she made that tonight. Then she made some sort of beans. I don't know if they were just it wasn't red beans. It was like a pot of beans. They were good. Then she made cornbread with it. I'm like, man, heck yeah. I chowed out. I don't think we had no meat whatsoever. But it was good. I cleaned my plate.
I meant to
Put some
tell
Louisiana
Stevie.
hot sauce.
Put what in the hot sauce?
I said I put me some Louisiana hot sauce in them beans.
Oh,
But that rice dish she makes is a meal in itself, man. I'm telling you.
I love a good. I'm Xanarans. I'm a huge fan of Xanarans, dirty rice. But that so that hot sauce that River Life Pottery sent me a year ago, and I so love the stuff. I mean, I've just been babying that bottle because I wasn't about to pay almost $12 for a 5-ounce bottle from Sticker Mule. Apparently, Sticker Mule has the rights on that sauce. You can't get that shit nowhere.
Really?
But I did find that Amazon sells the same bottle, same everything, 3 mules for $5 a bottle cheaper. So my wife put it on her subscribe list, maybe. So I'll get a bottle every 30 days. But I'm going to tell you, I absolutely love that stuff. It's got a kick to it. It's got a bite, but there's got to be something like a pineapple or something in it. It's got that sweet, get that little sweet tone to it. It's not sugar. That magical fruit.
You know, when I grew up, we called it beans, a musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you poop. That's
more
why
you
we.
toot, the more you toot, the better you feel. Eat more beans with every meal.
Yeah. A farting horse is a healthy horse. That's what I always say. I told my wife that, and she said, "Boy, you must be healthy then."
Nothing wrong with your pipes.
Yeah. My mom used to always say it was that about the beans, more you eat, more you do. Then she had other one. She said, what was it? Here I sit so brokenhearted because way back when, and I can remember these stalls. When you went to a public bathroom, you had to put a dime in the door to unlock the door so you go use the restroom. And my mom, there was a saying. I remember her. She said, "Here I sit so brokenhearted. I paid a dime and only farted."
Yeah, I've read that one before.
Remember that one? Oh, she used to say that. I was laughing.
Yeah, I used to read some real nasty ones at that shipyard. There once was an old man from Nantucket. He had a. Never mind, I can't continue.
Yeah.
Somebody here has probably heard about the old man from Nantucket, I'm sure. I bet Chris did.
Paid that dime to go in here and do it number two, but only ended up farting.
She called me Gus again.
Gus.
Is the G next to R? No, it's not even on the same line. We all know that one.
That's what you wrote. Have a good time on them stalls. And the problem is that Uncle Steve. Okay, here you go. Steven's got the scoop. Problem that Uncle Steve had was something to do with the competition blend. He was put back the word shake in the name. So did it say rub? There you are. You are still here. Rack, I have been tracking that shit down. I'm telling you, 6 months. And if you put that sauce on some chicken wings and put your chicken wings on either open fire or a hot skillet and get that little sear on that sauce, don't burn them up. Get that little sear on that sauce and eat them wings. I'm telling you, it's going to be damn near the best chicken wing you've ever had in your life. It's so good. My face hurts. But I didn't know it was the competition blend only. So he must have had rub and he had to put shake on it, removed rub, maybe something like that.
Well, who's sued him?
That's what I heard. Somebody had to remove the word rub.
Who sued him, though? Another company?
I believe
Another
so. But again,
spice company?
competition pork. Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then all of his rubs chain went back to shake though, not just the competition pork.
I'll say something similar to that. Matter of fact, I think I even pulled that on Lance one night.
What's that?
It ain't quite the same saying. I remember asking like, "What's that? What's that shit all over your neck?" Oh, wait a minute, that's your head. Never mind. Yep.
I just couldn't remember fine details. Here you go, another one. It was a small fit that wouldn't let him have it or something like that. Been a while. But I thought, and I need to ask him himself, I guess, because I think what I heard was from Daddy
Right.
Dutch. And but I thought because he didn't change, all the other shakes don't say rub. Everything was relabeled to say shake, not just the competition book.
I don't see how anybody can dictate that, though. My God.
I don't know.
Me either. My name is Gus Jones.
Hey, you forgot the teeth.
My cousin, here you go. Doing another barbecue video. I'm Russ. This is my cousin Gus.
Yeah, Gus. There you go.
Gus and Russ.
I still got them teeth. that I used to wear when I'd have him and me in the same clip.
Hmm.
My throat's gonna be so raw. I thought I was buying cough drops the other day, and when I got home, I said, "These ain't cough drops. This is for sore throat. And these make me cough more.
This next.
These have got that kind of numbing effect, kind of like Secrets used to have. You remember Secrets?
I remember cigarettes.
Had that kind of numbing feeling, but these make me cough.
It worked to his favor. So it
Put
shakes
his
more original than
name
rub.
Yeah,
I tell you what, that magic rib, god damn, man. I absolutely love that stuff. That hurt me the other day, not being able to put it on them ribs. That is like the go to when you're doing anything rib. From
yeah.
I
I
mean,
haven't those either forever. Sorry, Lance. I was reading that.
oh,
I had
smoke. What's up, Rob? Actually, Ken had a part to play in the Comp Pig Shake. Yeah, he did. He mixed something else and something else and
then he
came up
got
with a competition pig shake recipe. Just chilling.
so. What about you, Lance? You got any videos coming?
I had a huge pulled pork video, two shoulders that I cooked. I have no idea. All I have footage wise is a big pile of shredded pork in a pan, and then I have pictures of me showing the baked potatoes in the bottom door of my Smoke Daddy, keeping them warm, and then I have of course the pork shoulders I cut into sections so they would cook faster, and I have a picture of them in the Smoke Daddy wrapped in paper. All the other footage, I have no idea what happened to it.
You got to remember to turn that record button on.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I tell you, actually, I'm looking at it right now. Matter of fact, I actually sent a question to another channel. So a JL microphones or whatever it is, they came out with a new wireless system. It's only like $80, but she's already bought one. I've seen them. It looks like a round black button on someone's shirt now.
Well,
And I
wait a
think
minute. Is audio your problem, or you just didn't get your clips
nothing. I got nothing, audio or
or
or.
video? Okay, that's what I thought you meant.
But my audio, I have to really make for whatever. They're just, something I bought was inexpensive when I started. I still have them, but every once in a while, my receiver and my mic will not, will stop syncing between the two. And
Huh.
I actually put a piece of blue painter's tape on the receiver to remind me that when I'm looking at that camera, I better check the scale to make sure that they are still synced together, because you don't know it unless you're looking for
What
audio.
what brand mics are those?
Just something cheap, Amazon's bestsellers or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
Yeah, I
might
don't even
want to
remember the
upgrade.
name of them, but yeah, but they've been around for 3 years, but I don't like them because they are wired, and you got that lapel mic, and the other reason I don't like them is that they're heavy as shit. So all right, Simon. So this new one, I think is JLB or
There,
JL something. They have this mic, and it looks like a little button that goes on someone's shirt or something.
yeah,
And I've heard nothing but good things about them so far.
DJI.
DJI, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they got
DJ,
they got good mics. I wouldn't mind having a set of them, but
yeah.
I'm gonna keep using these roads until they crap out on me.
Oh, something up here.
I don't
I
want to
got
test
more,
no more.
magic rib. Just got through a couple other first.
I hardly ever do anything now anyway. So
Yeah, me too, Troy V. I ended up throwing them away. I got tired of looking at them. And I just threw them away. I don't use them enough to keep them around. And but me too. Rob. What's up, Rob? Hello, Rob. Troy. But I sent her a message as she's done one recording indoors and one recording today. She did outdoors, and she even took it into a Lowe's store. So like getting like surround like feedback, like other noises from around her and stuff like that.
yeah,
Noise canceling, I think it's called. But I sent her a message to find out what she liked about them, and maybe even get a specific model, because when I looked them up, I couldn't believe they were only $79.
yeah.
This don't sound right. So
I guess
we'll
you're
see.
heading all over to that Chef CV, huh?
Yeah, I got to catch up to another one. There was another guy that's got some health issues. He went live with M&C Aquatics tonight, so I'd like to
Yeah,
see if there's any updates on his health and stuff. Man, this guy's been fighting shit for 2 years. I think
Yeah.
it even was part of a flesh eating disease or something maybe. But he's
Yeah.
like messed up.
yeah.
But all right, chat. We thank you once again. Appreciate y'all coming in here on Mother's Day. Thank your wives for being so understanding and being the perfect woman that they are. And we'll see y'all next Tuesday, Tuesday for Simon. So then we got Dez on Friday, and we got Eddie on Saturday. I appreciate y'all. And Russ, I thank you again for coming in.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy my
Y'all have
lives.
y'all have a good week. We're going into a new week tomorrow. Later, everybody.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.